Check this out. This bike's been rotting outdoors for the last few years, and I'm gonna see if I can try and clean it up and maybe even try and start it up. Right now I'm not very hopeful of it actually starting up, but let's see. We can only give it a go. I do have some parts for it, some bits. Oh my days, look at the chain. Oh wow. Yep. Look at that. That is looking nasty. That's like 4 years of outdoors with the cover. That's also rotted away, so it's basically useless. Oh wow, absolutely wrecked. I'm gonna try and see if I can clean this up a bit. Let's see what happens. Oh guys, so I've literally been dusting it down for the last half hour, 45 minutes, and I'm starting to realize the magnitude of this situation. So yeah. So I've got the tank resting on these two chairs, so I'm just draining out the tank into this bottle. But for now, before we even attempt to start the bike, got to change the fuel filter. Gonna take a look at the air filter right now. It's K&N. Let's see how bad it is or not. Yeah, that's looking pretty nasty. Gonna give that a clean. Check out the carbs, make sure they're all okay. That seems to be fine. That seems to be fine. That seems to be fine. They seem to be fine. So I've taken off the fuel filter, pipes there, filters there, looking absolutely filthy. And this is what's come out of it. I don't even know what that is. So ordered a new one. Hopefully when that arrives, we'll slap that on. Just gonna use a bit of elbow grease, nothing fancy. Just gonna spray it up, just let it soak. That's up there. Oh, so that's looking a lot better now. I'm gonna leave it out here to dry for a while, re-grease it and put it back in, inshallah. So here's the air filter oil. I'll go ahead and re-grease the filter. Just gonna give it a little bend like so I can get in between all the gaps, and just go ahead and apply the spray. Just gonna let that soak. That should do the job. This red fabric residue came off the disintegrated cover and it got absolutely everywhere. So I managed to clean that up a bit. So I'm gonna start getting in some fresh fuel in there. Tank is looking okay, can't see any rust. Alright guys, so this is it, the moment of truth. So far I've just put in the battery in. I've had it charged for a while. I've wire brushed the terminals to get a good connection. I've got fresh fuel in there, a fresh fuel filter. I've cleaned and re-lubed the air filter. So this is it. Bismillah, let's see if we get any power. And we have power. Let's go for the start. It wants to start. Can't believe it. I'm going to give it some choke. Bismillah. It wants to start. It wants to start. It wants to start. I can feel it. I might need to get another power pack on because the battery is an old one. It's charged, but it's going to run out soon. I can hear the battery draining out after cranking for so long. I'm not surprised. I'm gonna have to connect another battery onto it. Let's see if we can get some more power. Oh guys, so it's time to get serious now. I've had to plug up my car battery to my bike. I don't really want to have to do this, but I don't really see what other choice I have right now. Run out of power. Oh guys, so check this out. I think we've got some kind of fuel issue. I'm not getting fuel through. Got the fuel filter, it's half filled with fuel. It's going into the pump, and this is the pipe that comes out of the pump. It's completely dry. There's not been any fuel coming through here for a while. It's completely dry. I'm gonna go for a crank with it open, see if any fuel comes through. Getting no fuel. The issue is no fuel. For some reason it's not coming through. Maybe the pump's packed up. I'm gonna have to figure out why fuel is not coming through. This pipe here, I might have to take off the fuel pump. So it's looking like it's definitely a fuel issue. This pipe here It's getting fuel from the fuel tank into the fuel filter. It's going in there, as you can see, it's got fuel in there. I'm going to take this pipe off now, which goes into the pump, see if there's any fuel going through there, see if we can isolate this issue, and then take off the pump and see what's going on in there. We might just have a knackered fuel pump. Oh guys, so here's my pump, and as you can see, the inlet is looking very clogged up. The fuel is coming through the filter, through this pipe. It's getting stuck somewhere here, or the pump is not working and it's not pumping it around out of this pipe here. So I'm going to go and try and see if I could clean this up a bit, and if that makes a difference, I'm going to test it out, see if it's actually working even, and let's see how it goes. If it's not working, we might have to replace it. Let's see. Alright guys, so I'm going to go and try and test this pump out now. It wasn't working before when I connected it up, but I've given it a little clean. I opened the back up, put it back in, there's some wires and stuff in there. I didn't really do anything. Don't know what Mitsubishi's got to do with this part, but for now what I've done is connected the connectors, positive and negative, with these crocodile clips, and I brought it up here to the battery. And as you can see now, when I touch the negative, clearly it's working now. I'm going to try to do that with some fuel, see how well it's pumping. Alright, so this is the setup. I've got my old fuel here that I took out of the tank. I'll go ahead and pull that into this container. Just connect this pipe for now to the inlet. I go ahead and dip that into the fuel. I want to go ahead and give it power and see if we get fuel come through. I can feel the pump. It's giving up. Alright, so it's working on and off. As you can see, it's just not sucking out the fuel. It's really clogged up. Let's see if we can tap it a little bit, if that helps unclog some of that dirt. Okay, something's coming through now. Well, that's definitely not enough. All right, okay, here we go. We've unclogged something, as you can see. Oh guys, so the new fuel pump has just arrived today. As you can see, it's just a cheap eBay one, £15. Even though the old one did kind of start working, I'm not about to use that again because it could fail anytime. So the new pump is going to need some modification. It's slightly different, but the sizes all match up. It's got some kind of an air vent here. The old one, it's got a slightly different one here, but the main thing is the plug, completely different. That's the original one, the new one. So what I'm going to have to do is swap over these plugs. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the connector the new pump has come with. Small flathead screwdriver, poke it underneath there, push that out. So let's go ahead and test the new pump. Connect some crocodile clips, make that the positive, ground. Got a battery here. Take these caps off and let's see. That seems to be working fine. Alright, let's try it with some fuel, see how it's pumping the fuel through. That should do the job. This time I'm going to pump it through the actual filter so we don't clog up the new pump. Alright. Let's see. That seems to be pumping nicely. Alright, so I've got the new fuel pump in there. The fuel relay was working, it was ticking away earlier on. Let's see. Bismillah. Is it gonna start now? Let's try some choke. Alright, so the fuel's probably going to take some time to reach the carbs. Just to help it a little bit, I'm going to try some easy start spray. Probably just spray it into the air vents. Just a couple. Let's see if that makes any difference. Bismillah. Oh, here we go, here we go. Here we go. It started. Alhamdulillah. Let's see if it starts again. Got it started. Alhamdulillah. It's really loud in the back garden. Neighbors are getting worried, but I need to see if I can get this bike to start and keep running. Bismillah. I think it was the easy start that did it. Try that again. Okay, we know it can start. It started. Okay. Try it again. Try this vent this time. Might not make any difference, but don't want to overdo it with this stuff. Let's see. Bismillah. we've got some kind of a fuel leak. I don't know where it's coming from. Need to take the tank off again, see where that's coming from. Maybe something's come loose. Alright, so the leak seems to be coming from the carbs itself. I don't know if it's leaking from one of the pipes or if there's some kind of an overflow, bit of flooding with all the open throttle trying to start it. I'm going to see if I can somehow start it up and see if that leak stops or if it gets worse. Alright, so I've got the tank out of the way, so I'm going to quickly check and make sure the pump is working and the relay is ticking. Relay is ticking. I think it wants to start. I'm going to get the tank back on. Alright, this time I'm going to try with no throttle or choke. Let's see what happens. Bismillah. It wants to start. Bike is started, alhamdulillah. I think I might have flooded it a bit with the throttle. Started without the throttle, no problem. I can't see any leaks. I think it might have been an overflow. Subhanallah, the bike is running, idling perfect. Check this out. Not even the choke. Not even the choke. It is ticking over nice. Idling perfect. Not smoking. I can't see any more leaks. Oh guys, so the bike starts and runs, alhamdulillah. Now I need to give it a good clean, do all the little bits and pieces that I need to do for it. I've got exhaust, got levers, I've got a clutch cable. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Stay tuned. Oh guys, so hopefully today I'm going to be working on the front wheel. As you can see, it's in a pretty bad state. So we'll try to take it off and see what it needs doing, cleaning, etc. So I'm going to go ahead and loosen these 2 pin bolts. They should be loosened. So, use the tool. So put the tool back on there. Open it I'm trying to be. It's a lot. I see one too tight. Just doing it. Slide out. Space on the side, slide out. And space on the side right here. Alright, so I've got the discs off. I've got better access now to clean this wheel. Hi guys, so today I'm going to be working on this chain, inshallah. As you can see, it is looking really nasty at the moment. A lot of rust and dirt, cobwebs. Ideally you should be replacing this chain, but for the sake of this video I'm going to try to take it off and see if I can clean it up and see what kind of results I get. So let's see how it goes. And I'm going to go ahead and Dremel off these 2 points here, and then hopefully push out the pin and the chain should be free. Bismillah. I should do the job now. I'm going to go ahead and get my tool and try to pop these pins out. So I go for the hole. Gone all the way through, and there you have it. Chain is off. Oh, there's a lot of dirt there, the front sprocket. There you have it. Chain's off. Let's see what we can do with it. Alright, so I've got the chain in this little pot. I'm going to use some distilled vinegar. Oh guys, so check this out. This is the final results. This is how the chain is looking. It's cleaned up quite nicely. More than happy to use this for a few more miles. I'm gonna take this wheel off, clean it up before I put this chain back on. Oh guys, so inshallah today I'm gonna be tackling the rear wheel. As you can see, it's in a state. This is gonna be a lot tougher than the front one. So let's get cracking. Okay, not too bad. So look at the state of this wheel. That is looking absolutely terrible. Paint has completely disintegrated. Yeah, so let's see what we can do, inshallah. Alright, so the wheel's done, and this is how we're looking. Not too bad at all. Please. Alright, so the link's on. This is how we're looking. It's all lined up nicely, flared out. Just gonna go and check it's not binding. Yeah, that is perfectly fine. Alright guys, so hopefully today I'm going to be changing my levers. As you can see, this one's all snapped off. For these ones, as you can see, I'm trying to go with the theme here. And also, whilst I'm doing that, I'll also replace the clutch cable. Is completely worn out. As you can see, it's frayed and everything. So I've got a clutch cable as well. That's all. Additional, roll down. I'm going to flat on top. And then wrench underneath, top in place, and then close it off. So that should come off like that. Then lever, put in place, line up the hole, and just feed it all through. There you go. There's not leaf. Screw it down. Then wrench underneath, and then up. And just tie it down. Like so. And tie it like that. Brake lever's done. Move over to the clutch lever. On the side, I need to use a ratchet. We'll socket 10mm. Doesn't matter. Just the whole through. It's always squared off, that's why it was spinning. Then I just take the cable, like so, get flathead, squeeze it out. And there you have it. It's not just like through, remove the cable. So, look at the state of this cable. That could have snapped any time. Oh yeah, so feed it through, that loop there, then I'll look here, and straight. Okay. And it's not, it's the cable, 12mm. So, push that through, like so. Oh, there's the cable, I'm going to put it legs, make it match up. There's the okay. There you go, stop it. Get it in place. Just move your cable, I feed it through the same way. Get the cable clean, rip out the grease, and place it back in. So we're going to put the lever in position. So we snap it, so we got it there. Like so. Once the cable, we'll do is screw it all the way in. And line up the groove. All we'll do is pop that in there. And feed it through. We're going to place it underneath. So, that's the lever. Tidy that out. Right, so cable on. As you can see, no tension on it, so we've got the bottom end first. And get some tension right here. Right, so we'll do this now. That much for now. Let's put this in. That should be okay for now. We'll test it now. Let's try it out. Yep, that's feeling a lot better. Any further adjustments can be made here. Alright, so I've taken off the foot pegs. Paint is also flaking, as you can see, so I might just rub them down and give them a respray. Taken off the exhaust, it's going to be replaced anyway, and yeah, it's got to be done. And there you have it. Some contrasting colors, black and silver. But let's see how it looks on the bike. So the pegs are on. This is how it's looking. Wasn't too sure about the black and silver, but I don't think it looks too bad at all. so yeah, we're gonna go ahead and grab the slip on. Oh guys, so here's the new exhaust. It's just a cheap one. As you can see, it's a lot smaller, a lot lighter than the old one. I think it looks all right as well. Oh guys, so the exhaust is on. This is how it's looking. Not too bad, a lot better than the one I was on there before. So let's see how it sounds. So this silencer here is just way too restrictive. It's just a single bolt from underneath here. Just pull it out. That should be a lot better. So let's see how it sounds. Bismillah. Doesn't sound too bad at all. Oh guys, so the bike's coming along nicely now. The only major thing I've got left to do is something about this tail fairing. As you can see, it's probably the worst part of this bike. Parts for this bike, especially fairings, is very difficult to get hold of right now, especially parts in reasonable condition. But I managed to get hold of something, as you can see here, different color and far from perfect, but that's all I can get hold of right now. And I'm going to go ahead and try to put this on. Hopefully that should make it look a little bit better than duct tape and cracks and whatnot. So let's go ahead and put that on. Let's see how it looks. Oh guys, so check this out. The fairing's on. This is how we're looking. No more cracks, no more duct tape. Looking so much better than before. And that was the final piece of this long project. Obviously I've got some body work here and there. That's for another day. Back on road guys. Bike is running, idling perfectly. All the electrics are working perfectly. Exhaust sounding decent for a cheap one. Flush mounted indicators looking alright. Chain wheels looking decent. All these little bits I've done, the levers, the wheels, the clutch cable, the exhaust. I'm going to be making separate videos for you guys, slightly longer, more detailed, so watch out for that. But for now, check this out. Where this bike was and where it is now, day and night difference. Bike is running and looking much more presentable than it was before. So don't forget to like and subscribe guys, I'd really appreciate that. Leave a comment, let me know what you guys think. Watch out for the other videos coming out. Until next time, peace.